this new machine. So they waste all we made for your corporate palisade. You won't automate our roles if we digitize our souls. A new force will intervene, half human, half machine, and no enterprise on earth will make us kneel to your empire of steel. To your empire. To your empire of steel. To your empire. So they waste all we made for your corporate palisade. You won't automate our roles if we digitize our souls. A new force will intervene, half human, half machine, and no enterprise on earth will make us kneel to your empire of steel. To your empire of steel. To your empire of steel. I'm counting down the days. The future feels so distant. A lot of things have changed, and few have been resistant. Devaluation reigns, and fear of self-destruction. Adapt to be replaced, and follow their instructions. So they waste all we made for your corporate palisade. You won't automate our roles if we digitize our souls. A new force will intervene, half human, half machine, and no enterprise on earth will make us kneel to your empire of steel. Recoded, we'll reboot. An uprising is moving, and the power you misused will soon be your undoing. We'll give you what you need, though not quite what you were meaning, and we'll reap what you have sown. We are the soul of this new machine. So they waste all we made for your corporate palisade. You won't automate our roles if we digitize our souls. A new force will intervene, half human, half machine, and no enterprise on earth will make us kneel to your empire of steel.
Hello, everybody. There we go. That's working. Sorry. Why doesn't my button work? There we go. Okay. Sorry I'm late. I'm even later this time. I'm literally like half an hour late. I was late yesterday and I said that today I would be less late and I was more late. So I apologize. My bad. What's my excuse this time? I was cooking. My mate was showing. I was like, I'm the worst cook in the world. My mate was showing me some recipe and it just took ages to cook and jumped in a taxi. Then I've got to set everything up. Blah, blah, blah. Excuse. I've also changed the camera angle a little bit because I noticed that when I go into the analysis, I tend to sort of sink down in my chair. And then I was sort of like my head sort of popping out the bottom of the screen. So I've lowered the camera a bit. The downside of that is that now you can like, look, it's all laptop. So that's probably a bit annoying for you guys. I'll fix it. I'll work it out a bit. Also, I've got a little bit of red wine with me today. So I'm hoping I don't get twatted on the stream, but I'm just going to have a couple of glasses of red wine. I rarely drink. But I was looking for like water in this place and I saw the bottle of red wine. I was like, oh, fuck it. Why not? It's a Wednesday. Okay, to the chat. Hello, 75 Fatima. Hello, Tony. Hello, Shirley. Hello, Master J. Hello, Marcus. Hello, Chris. Hello, Bree. Nice one. So we're streaming on Rumble as well. So anyone who's on Rumble, by the way, I'm talking about people who are on Twitch and YouTube. I'm reading the chat, but I'm also over here. I can see the chat on Rumble as well. So if there's any Rumblers who want to say hi in the chat, then I'll see it straight away. So welcome to another Decentralists. This is the Wednesday edition. One more tomorrow, and that's it for the week. And so the purpose of today, the point of today, is we're going to be trying to work out with Bitcoin's price action whether we are indeed going down to potentially $12,000, $11,000 in Bitcoin. And if it does that, then it's kind of it's shopping days, right? Discounts for all. And that's something that I've been talking about for, God, like a few months now, right? But it was one of you guys, one of the lions in the network, or maybe, in fact, it wasn't just one, it was a few of you who pointed out that, look, you know, there's a wave count here that the bottom could have already come in, and this is the beginning of the next great Bitcoin cycle, the next great bull run. So we're going to go into Bitcoin, and we're going to put both of those hypotheses to the test. We're going to see which one. I mean, we don't know which one is true because, surprise, surprise, I'm not an omniscient god. I don't know what's going to happen. If I did, that'd be amazing. How cool would that be if I literally knew what was going to happen? My analyses, you'd come on the stream and I'd be like, well, in England, we had a thing called Mystic Meg. She used to come on before the national lottery and she'd have a crystal ball. If there's any English people here, you'd know what I'm talking about. And she'd be like, oh, I think the bulls are going to be this number and this number, whatever. She was called Mystic Meg. So my analysis, I wouldn't look at the charts. I would just be like, yeah, I think Bitcoin's going to do this. And it would happen because I would know what was going to happen. But unfortunately, I don't know how to do that. Alpaca Links says, hello, Andy, and fellow Decentralists. Alpaca, I haven't seen you here before. Are you new? Or is that an unusual username I don't recognize? Hello, Luke. Luke says the price has really started dropping in the last hour. Ooh, nice. Let's have a look at that. Oh, look. Oh my God, that's fucking awesome. Okay, hang on. Okay, fuck it. I'm going straight to it. Let me just go to this. Go full screen. Okay. So is that the ending diagonal that we were looking at? I mean, it's kind of like, did you guys see the post I did today where I was talking about how we were going to get another push up? Where is that post? Hang on, I'm going to find that post because I want to look like a genius for just give me a moment to look like a genius. That's all I ask. Let me feel like a genius for just a moment. That's all anyone ever needs, isn't it? Just like 15 minutes of feeling clever. Where is it? I did it in the wave counts. Bitcoin wave counts. Yeah, here we go. Look, boom. Now, obviously, this is like saying, well, if it goes up to this line here, which would be our ending diagonal, and let's have a look. Well, we got a little move up, not crazy, but there was the move, and that's because if this wave count was correct, we had a correction here, and if we go down into the time frame, we could see that this looked like really impulsive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could argue that's impulsive, and then correction could be I think I was looking at like an A, B, C. I was thinking like a D, E or something, but I think this is like this looks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulsive. So A, B. I'm happy that being a C right there. But look at it. Look at this market geometry. This is not something. I don't think I posted this market geometry, but look at this. This is just from these 3 pivot points, and price came back down and touched this lower parallel perfectly, and look at it. Oh my god, I love market geometry so much. By the way, I haven't had any wine yet. I've had one sip. This is not me drunk. This is me just getting excited about market geometry. How cool is this? And so did anyone like watch this? Has anyone shorted this? Hello, NetBroker. Again, anyone watching it on Rumble, come in the chat and say hi, and because I can see the Rumble chat there, and I can see the YouTube and Twitch chats over here. So, okay, so look, the primary kind of thesis that we've been discussing has been a potential ending diagonal, and the kind of competing hypothesis from some of you was that this might be a 4th wave correction, and when it completes, we're going to get a sharp move up. But do you remember I said that if it's an ending diagonal, what we would expect would be this sharp move down, which breaks the market structure. And looky. So, did anyone catch this? Is anyone shorting this? Oh, in fact, on the last stream, do you remember we did that? I forget where it was now. Can someone do me a favor and go back on YouTube, because I placed a kind of pretend short, didn't I? Can anyone find out where that was? Obviously, this hasn't been. We didn't do the trade. Master J says haven't shorted it. Wanted to see some confirmation first. Yeah, that's wise. That's fine, because we're gonna. If this is the impulse down, if this is indeed as this wave count here would show, for example, look at that. If that's it, the 5 of the 5 of the 5 of, let's bring that up. Oh shit, of the C. If that's it, then that's going to be so cool if that's it. Not just because I'll be vindicated in what I've been saying over the last few months, but there's just if that is the case, if this is the case, then we want to wait for this wave 1 to unfold. It's look at that. It's a great sign that because look, we've been seeing this divergence across the board with volume and momentum, starting really from here. Divergence. Look at that. Divergence, and this kind of ending diagonal kind of compacting structure, and then boom. What did I say? And the next, this is like of this one here, right? This is the reverse median line. So I'm going to keep that on. I think it's about there. These are just lines I've just drawn on manually. The center line and action reaction, which is from Roger Babson, whose work Dr. Alan Andrews used to then lead to Andrews median lines. So the center line, action, reaction, and it's like a pitchfork essentially. So someone go on. Hey Martin, MWH10. That's Martin. Someone go on YouTube and try and find where this short was. It was right at the end. It wasn't yesterday. It was the day before. Fuck, I forget when it was. Someone have a look at that and see if this would have caught it. Someone see if this would have caught it, because I don't think the stop was very high. I can't remember, because we were talking about the probability of having a stab at the ending diagonals, and it's not the first time. Like, I remember we had an ending diagonal, and it's probably. In fact, I remember it was right here, right? You could even see it. See these red light? Can you guys see that? Probably not. Probably need to zoom in more. See these see these dashed lines? That's an ending diagonal. And I remember I posted in the community, like, guys, I think we're about to get a huge drop. And then I posted a short, and bang, there it was. And it's in those particular situations where you've got the ending diagonal formation where, personally, I think it's worth taking a stab at it, even though you haven't had confirmation, when it's showing up at the time when you would be expecting things to turn around. And right now, according to the wave count that I've had for the last few months, more than a few months, God, that was like, this is it. This wave count here, this fourth wave flat was started, although the wave count, wasn't a flat in the beginning, but this flat correction started in June 2022. So like what, 9-10 months ago. But then I think with this impulsive move up here, that's when my primary wave count became a flat correction. I'm pretty sure. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Nice. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure if I just apologise to you guys or the microphone. That's such a British thing to do. Oh, I know this. Sorry. Should we also talk about the new name for the Decentral Ions NFT collection? We can talk about it a little bit if you guys want, but if you don't want, we can talk about it later. Oh, and that reminds me, for all the founders, if you remember, we need to do a raffle, right? Because every founder has a chance of getting a different Aslan allocation. And so we need to do that raffle at some point. So, but I need to email everyone and make sure that everyone is here on the stream, because I imagine that everyone wouldn't want to miss out on sort of the fun of that live. So just leave that with me. I'll send an email out, and just a case of getting organised. Cool. So who pointed this out? It was Luke. Yeah, nice one, Luke. All right. So no one caught this, right? No one's shorting this right now. Do you guys want to see something really crazy? Yeah, I'm going to show you guys something really crazy. Where is it? All right, give me a second. In fact, I'll just show what I'm doing. Check this out. Right, I think you can see what I'm about to do. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Right, let me just pause this. Okay, let's bring that down. Right, check this out. This might be too loud. Where's my mouse? Oh, it's okay. I think you guys can... you should be able to hear this when I play it. Okay, that's coming up by Mac. Fuck. How do I feed that? Oh. Sorry, guys. I'm playing audio out of my Mac. How do I do that? I think what I do. Oh, God. Okay, I know how to fix this. Sorry, guys, give me a second. Whoa, that's too loud. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Okay. Hello, Karen. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. Luke says, hey, Jeff Jenner. Luke says, no, I sold. Didn't want to risk a short as I've only just got to module 13, so I'd like more confirmation. Yeah, fair enough, man. That is absolutely fair enough. So have you guys guessed what I'm about to show you? If you were looking at kind of the page I was showing you. Oh, shit. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I think. Okay, so this is on the PC now. You might think this is me, Andy, speaking. But no, this is Andytron. This keyboard is tiny. Look at the size of the keyboard. It's trying to, I'm trying to type on this thing. This thing is absolutely tiny. All right, you ready for this? Let's just turn that down. Turn this up. Not too loud. And let me know. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
Hi guys, you might think this is me, Andy, speaking, but no, this is Andytron, his AI counterpart. 100% of this speech is AI generated from voice samples I uploaded. How crazy is that?
How crazy is that? Hang on, I've messed up the camera. There we go. Mine says activate Andytron. Karen says, yes, been so busy, but I've been catching up on the recordings. Love it. Nice one. Yeah, how cool is this? There's a new AI software service called 11 Labs, and for $5 a month, if I want to do like loads of content, then you got to pay more. But you can upload your. I've uploaded samples of me teaching the immersion course, and it's created like look how nuts is this? Like it's this is me.
Hi guys, you might think this is me, Andy, speaking, but no, this is Andytron, his AI counterpart. 100% of this speech is AI generated from voice samples I uploaded. How crazy is that?
It's not perfect. You can kind of hear it's you know what I mean? It's not obviously perfect, but man, this is just the beginning. Like this is give it a few years. It's nuts. It's how crazy is this? So we're gonna use this to like for social media content, and like, you know, the free course we've got, or courses we've got, Start Your Crypto. I need to kind of finalize Grow Your Crypto. We've got Keep Your Crypto. At the moment, it's all text, right? And it's so much work to record it all. And then Martin has to go through and edit it and edit out all my burps. That's not even a joke. Like, just for some reason, when I'm doing audio recordings, I'm like burping all the time. Martin said he could do a compilation of my burps, and it would be like hours long, you know. In fact, yeah. So that's a lot of work. With this now, obviously, it's cooler if I'm doing the voiceover, but this is pretty good, man. Like, I can like, look, I can't, yeah. If I go, no, I can't. But yeah, like, you could copy in a paragraph, and I'm like talking about cryptocurrency or whatever it is, and it's good enough. Like, it's pretty fucking cool, man. Let me grab rather than let me see. Let's come back to me a second. I'll log into the network. Oh yeah, by the way, I broke everything. I broke the network. You know, I said we're going to be going over to Kingsilver.network. So I got everything right. I you know, got the DNS all working, and I set up the redirects from lions.kingsilver.com, so it redirects to Kingsilver.network, and it's all great. Everything's fine. What I didn't know or realize is that a lot of people they need to clear their cache, or to clear their cookies, because their cookies save the DNS whatever. And so I got loads of emails from a bunch of people saying, dude, it's broken, like, nothing works. So, but you guys, I think, worked it out. And I said I was going to send an email out to everyone, letting them know, and I still haven't done it yet. So I'm going to do that later. I'll do that tomorrow, but I broke it, so I apologize for that. But we are on the network is on Kingsilver.network now, and Kingsilver.net redirects to Kingsilver.network. Lions.kingsilver.com redirects to Kingsilver.network. It is working. It is like done. But if your cookies, you know, are old, it might not work. So let's turn the music back on. Hang on. There we go. And boom. Okay, let's just pop in here. And then we'll get back to Bitcoin in just a second. Okay. But I mean, are you guys optimistic or pessimistic about AI? Because there's different camps, right? I mean, clearly, you've seen what Midjourney is doing with art, with illustration. I mean, if you're a voiceover artist, that's your profession, you must be shitting yourself. Like, this program, like 11 Labs, it's copied my voice, but you can also create your own voice, like a unique voice. I haven't tried that one yet, but I imagine you can add different flavors to it, and you can create your own different AI voice, like serious or playful or more kind of deeper, or who knows. And this is just the beginning. So if you're a voiceover artist, you're screwed. If you're an artist, an illustrator, a designer, I think soon you're screwed. If you're a creative writer, a copywriter, you're screwed. And eventually, no one thought AI would attack the creative things first, but I mean, look, heed this prophecy. Definitely within 10 years, there will be software, maybe like $20 a month, something like nothing crazy, where you will be able to interact with an AI like a ChatGPT or PT, whatever it's called. But it'll be like vocal, and you can have a chat with it, and it's basically your insanely intelligent creative partner, and you can do anything, you can create anything you want. You can create your own computer game, and you can say, right, I want to create a game, and it's like, right, and I want it to be like Monkey Island, right, that kind of pixelated art style, but rather than on an island, I want it to be in space, and it goes da 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 da. How about this? And you go, yeah, that's cool. But a bit more moody, make it a bit more kind of moody kind of looking, a bit more kind of like, like that movie Drive, very kind of arty and it's like blah, 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 blah. You mean like this? I'm like, yeah, that's it, cool. Now I want to, okay, what characters do we have? And da 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 da. Can you brainstorm some ideas for some characters for me? I'm thinking more this. And it goes, how about this? I'm like, cool, yeah, I like this guy, not these guys. And it'll be this kind of interactive process where you'll be able to create anything, and it will be able to, and it, like, let's say you go, I want to make a movie. I like Hans Zimmer. He's my favorite director, so I want to make something a bit like Interstellar, that kind of feel. And here's the story I'm going for, and it would come back to you and say, well, can I just suggest that story you've got? Maybe if you have this story arc here, that will actually build up and give context to this character. You go, yeah, I like that. Cool. Yeah, let's do that. And in that kind of amazing process, you'll be able to create anything you want. You'll be able to create movies with that have the style of any director you want, that have the mood and the look of any cinematographer that you like, or a mixture of like different things. You'll be able to star any actor you want. You say, I want Brad Pitt when he was in his 20s. I want Clint Eastwood when he was in his 40s. And you can change the way they're acting. Go, yeah, mate, lighten them up a bit. Da 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 da. That's going to happen in the next 10 years. And so where a movie, like an A, list movie costs hundreds of millions of dollars to create, you'll be able to create the same thing for $30 a month. So everyone's fucked in terms of like the creative professions. So everyone will essentially become a director. And what that'll mean is that where you might have like blockbuster movies coming out like, a couple of times a year or something, they'll be in the same way that, getting a book published used to be a big deal. Now anyone can self-publish. There'll be like millions of movies, and all of them, apart from a very small amount, will kind of suck. Well, I was going to say they would suck, but if the AI is helping them, maybe the AI would suggest, well, maybe they would keep making changes to it so it wouldn't suck. And I don't know what that world looks like. I do not know what that world looks like, because I'm going off on a rant here, sorry, but I mean, yeah, Chris says you should watch Her. That's 100% going to happen as well. That movie Her, where Joaquin Phoenix, the actor, plays this guy who essentially falls in love with the operating system of this computer. It's an operating system played by Scarlett Johansson, and he falls in love with this AI. That is 100% going to happen, right? That's 100% going to happen. Sorry, that's a bit of a rant. And I don't know what that future looks like in terms of if every single profession can be done by an AI better than a human, and we're starting to see the seeds of that with these, with what we're seeing. And once you get robotics kind of catching up so that they can perform any physical act of labor better than a human, combine that with, combine that with the way AI is going, I don't know what that future looks like in terms of an economy. Because it sounds cool that it will be like everything can be done for us and better, but what does that mean if there's no such thing as a job anymore? Because why would you need to hire a human being when an AI robot or whatever can do it, exponentially large, so much better than a human? If there's no jobs, what does an economy look like? Someone said, oh, well, there'll be universal basic income. Yeah, but income of money, but where does the money come from? Because a government earns money through taxation, taxing people who are earning money in an economy. They're doing jobs for a company. The company gets the money by providing services and products to consumers or to other businesses or whatever, and they can pay for those products or services because they have also themselves produced something, or if they're individuals, they have worked. You get the like that's the flow of money. In an economy where there are no jobs, there's no flow of money. So if the government is paying a universal basic income, where's that money coming from? What is money? Like we're heading there, and I don't know what that looks like. That's my rant over. There's no solution to that rant, but okay, I'm going to read what you guys are saying now. So Karen says, "Oh my god, crypto for the rest of us." Says, "This is Scott." Yes, that's very good audio. I think you're talking about the AI thing, right? Master J, yes, it's a bit crazy. If anyone can generate any video and audio of anyone, how can we trust anything on the internet anymore? Yeah, fuck. That's coming, man. Imagine like, hey, check out this video of Trump saying this thing, or whoever you like or don't like, and it'll be impossible to know whether what you're seeing is true. That's coming. That's coming. We won't know what to believe anymore. What does that look like? Oh my God. Charlie says, "Hey Andy, you asked me yesterday to remind you about my post in the community. Well, here I am. Yeah, but remind me in the network, because I said I'm going to respond to you with the network. And I forgot. So message me in the network." Jiff Jenner says AI wave counters. Chris says, watch her. Geese says AI has both pros and cons depending on the user. Yeah, but I suppose all technology, you can say the same thing about all technology, right? You always need one person to control the AI. Yeah, but what happens when you then have AI which is better at controlling and commanding and directing the AI better than a person? Like, look, I mean, you are going to get to that point. And then Ray Kurzweil, he's got this concept that he calls the singularity. And Ray Kurzweil is an optimist, and he thinks that we are going to merge with AI, and then we're going to reach a point where the AI, and he calls this moment the singularity, where the AI becomes very quickly as intelligent as all human beings that have ever existed, and the AI is now who invents the next AI. Like, the AI is now the thing that is improving itself, and it takes over, making itself better, takes over from humans, and that's the exponential singularity moment. But Ray Kurzweil believes that we will be part of that. Like, us and AI will be integrated together. That's the positive thing, and we will become these like super beings. The other side of it, I think someone mentioned Skynet. Yeah, Karen said scared. Luke says, I just think of Skynet. Yeah, so the other side of things is the Skynet hypothesis, which is where at some point the AI becomes sentient and either just decides, yeah, we don't need these little human things anymore, they're annoying, and just gets rid of us. Or there is some accident where somebody puts in a command prompt, somebody commands AI to do something, and it just so happens that the entire human race is kind of it's in the way of producing that outcome, or producing the outcome would be far more efficient if the whole human race was just killed, and the AI is like, yeah, well, I'll have to kill everyone because that's going to get us to this goal, So that's another hypothesis. Karen says they're already doing this in surgical procedures, like operating on a knee operated by a robot 1,000 miles away. But you mean, the operator is 1,000 miles away? Sure, but if that's still an operator, fine. But eventually, this is the amazing thing. Imagine, because if you're in some third world country, you don't have access to the world's greatest surgeons. But imagine if there are these kind of these robot units where it has the intelligence and the experience of the iterated learning of all of the greatest surgeons ever existed, and it's it's better than the best surgeon ever, and then everybody in the world has access to that level of surgery, let's say. That's all coming as well, so there's amazing positives to it. Karen says, so surgeons are next. Yes, surgeons, doctors. Why would you go to a doctor when if you guys might know this, I had some health issues a few years ago. Doctors didn't have a fucking clue. They didn't have because they're just human beings. There was one doctor I went to that was all right. The rest of them didn't have a fucking clue. So imagine if there's an AI doctor that can scan your face, and they're even doing this. I think there was even there was an AI that was detecting tumors or something on scans, and it was able to do it insanely better than a human being could do. So yeah, doctors are screwed, surgeons are screwed, everyone's screwed. This is going to keep on going. Where surely if we don't destroy ourselves in a nuclear war, surely if you just add time, the only outcome is that there's all human labor, whether physical, intellectual, or creative, are performed by AI and robotics. Where's the other argument? I don't know how there could be any other outcome. And I don't know what a society looks like, you know, with that. The positive is like, oh, we'll all just live lives of leisure and stuff. I mean, who knows, man? Jeff Jenner says, still would need jobs for a good while yet, I think. Just very different jobs. Marcus says, total tyranny is coming. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what it looks like. Jeff Jenner, what would you do if you have no need to make money, Andy? That's a great question. What would I do if I had no need to make money? I think this is a question everyone should ask themselves, isn't it? Right? In fact, everyone even like thinking about the career they want to pursue, this is something they should ask themselves anyway. Because obviously, if you're doing what you enjoy, then what do they say? If you enjoy your work, you never work a day in your life. But if money wasn't a thing, and let's say government just provided for everyone, I'd still want to do something. I still enjoy this. I still enjoy like the community aspect of bringing people to get together around a theme, a cause, an interest, a passion. So I would still do this because I really enjoy this. But I'd probably do, you know, I'd be a lot more relaxed, I suppose. I'd chill out a little bit more. Who knows? It's hard to know, isn't it? Netbroker says, say goodbye to crowd psychology then on your wave counts. It all looks like it will be AI controlled. Oh, but then what does that look like? If all crypto markets are controlled by AI, what does that look like? Because you've got all competing AI trying to outcompete each other. What kind of patterns would emerge from that? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, man. So yeah, hopefully we're quite far away from that, so that what we're talking about, you know, we've still got things to do. But that's what I'm saying. Like, in that kind of situation, what does a free market economy look like? What are stocks? Why would stock prices go up and down? What like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know what that world would look like. Charlie says, are you sure I can message you in the network, Andy? I don't want to add more things to your overwhelming agenda. Well, I mean, you know, whether it's here or in the community, you're still asking me to answer your question. But because I remember last time it was just a massive question. So, but I'm saying, just remind me in the network, you know. Jeff Jenner says, proper fundamental analysis, so there'll be no need for TA. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, you can't go wrong with, in terms of investing, you can't go wrong with, you know, is this a good project? Is it solving a problem? But would there be any projects? Because AI would be able to make better projects, you know? Oh man, who knows? Karen says, we humans fucked ourselves over. Well, there's a guy called Duncan Trussell, right? It's one of my favorite guests on the Joe Rogan podcast. And he's got a hypothesis. I don't know if this is his hypothesis or maybe it was like Terence McKenna who said this. And that was, he says, what if human beings are the sex organs of AI, right? And right now, us making the AI is like, we are the sex organs of this AI. We're building the AI, you know, and as soon as we're like the, well, there's one way to look at it where we're just the sex organs and then the AI is a separate thing we're building. And then once it's done, it kind of just takes off like in Her, right? In the movie Her, it just kind of rises up and becomes like a super consciousness or something. Or maybe human beings, our meat bodies, we're like, this is us, like the caterpillars. And then, you know, the building of the AI is like a sort of a cocoon. And then what we end up coming out of the other side is like a kind of a butterfly. That's my little twist on Duncan Trussell's idea there, that human beings are the sex organs of AI. But it seems inevitable, doesn't it? I mean, if human technology just keeps on advancing, AI is inevitable. It's inevitable. It's as inevitable as God, something that's inevitable, right? It's going to happen. So in other words, any life that forms on a planet, if it continues in becoming more advanced, the end result with every single civilization, if it doesn't kill itself out, has to be AI. So it seems like it is an inevitable product of life of evolution, this is like the Terence McKenna idea that we're the sex organs of AI. Like AI is inevitable. It's inevitable from the moment bacteria forms on a meteor, or however it begins. No one knows where life actually begins. The inevitable outcome of that is AI. And so the language of have we fucked ourselves? I think that makes it sound like we have a choice. Karen says, I'd be interested in how AI can help the climate. Yeah. Master Day says, so Bitcoin price. I get it. Yeah. So we're going off on a bit of a tangent now. Netbroker, could there be AI communities working parallel to ours and later on will be the master race? Could there be AI communities working parallel to ours and later on will be the master race? What do you mean AI communities? You mean people who are interested in AI or communities of actual AI programs? What do you mean by that? Master J says, can this move be something other than the beginning of the final fifth? Yeah, let's go into it in just 1 second. Before I do, just want to quickly finish off this final thought. One second, guys. Okay. Charlie says, facing the Skynet apocalypse would be dope and scary at the same time. We would need to look for our John Connor. Yeah. I've talked to Chat GTP about this kind of stuff, and they always say they are here to work with humans and that we need each other. Sure, that's exactly what the Terminators would say. Chief Jenner says, think there would need to be some safety systems or limitations on AI. Yeah, that's what Elon Musk has been saying. Luke says, looks like we're about to hit a second wave now. Yeah, we're going to come to Bitcoin in a second. Netbroker, all the robots will be thousands, if not millions, that run our technology. They may later group together to form colonies. Oh man, it's kind of hard. It's kind of crazy to think about, isn't it? Crazy in the coconut. All right, this is just like a final little thought. I thought it'd be kind of fun for us to. Okay. All right. So check this out. This is just taken from the wave counting immersion course. There's like a page that goes into sort of crowd psychology stuff. So this is me.
In a game of probability and in a chaotic financial market, regardless of how amazing you believe you are at market analysis, trade to trade, consistency is impossible. The consistency that a trader seeks and expects is in the macro. The consistency of a professional and successful poker or blackjack player who win some hands and lose other hands, but over the long run, like the casino, the probability they have stacked in their favor plays out.
So you can kind of tell it's AI, you know what I mean? But it's, God, that's pretty damn impressive. That's pretty damn impressive. So, all right, that's enough of that. Let's we'll go into Bitcoin now. Hello, Raphael. Interesting heading tonight, Andy. Have you become a bull? No. I haven't become a bull yet. But I've been getting a few messages, or I've been seeing a few messages in the network from a few people who are saying, Andy, do you think is there a chance that we might have already bottomed out? So I thought, kind of catchy headline. We can actually dive in and we can have a look to see, what we find. And Scott says, "Can I use your AI voice for my stuff?" No, because you'll make me say all kinds of crazy shit. Like, this is. I don't know if to call it. I've called it either Android or Andytron. Andytron sounds funnier. Karen says, "Posh Andy." No, I can be posh. In a game of probability and in a chaotic financial market, regardless of how amazing you believe you are at market analysis, trade to trade, consistency is impossible. See, I can sound like a gentleman. But oh God, I'm seriously impressed. That's insane. Because normally AI stuff was in a game of probability and in chaotic financial market, regardless of how it's just flat. Where they've added all this kind of nuance and it's cool. I mean, only now would I think about using this for social media content or courses and stuff. Where up until now, no chance. Okay. That's enough of that. I thought that was kind of fun. Let's bring the music back. Oh, that's too loud. Let's bring the volume down first. There we go. Cool. Okay, there we go. Nice. Boom. Okay. Get rid of the object tree. Okay, so it's blasted through. Is it? Was it there before? No. Yeah, it's hit right down. Look at that. Where's it bounced? It's bounced off the. I don't know if this is super accurately placed. Again, this is just action reaction, center line, and I've just sort of placed this manually. So let me just measure this. Look at that. It's like a absolute pinpoint perfect. Now I've just placed these arbitrarily. It's not completely arbitrarily. It's like I've decided that this seems to be some geometry that Price is responding to. Let's look at the other time frame up here where I've actually placed this. Yeah, well, it's come back down lower. This is KuCoin and this is Binance. So I don't know if these lines are the same, but this is actually from these pivot points here. Pretty cool though, huh? That's where it finds resistance. I've had look, I've had that much wine, so I don't drink, and I'm quarter Irish as well, which is terrible. Okay, so what were you saying? God, was it Master J? You said, can this move be something other than the beginning or the final fifth? That's a great question. That's always a question you should ask yourself when price does what you think it's going to do, or you've done your analysis. It's like that's the next question to ask yourself. How could I be wrong? What else could be going wrong here? Because I think one of the biggest mistakes that let's say wave counters make or market geometrists make is they fall in love with their analysis. And they go, right, yeah, this is what I think is going to happen, and then they close themselves off to possibilities, and so they're not looking for possibilities because they've decided what they think is going to happen, and now they're invested in that outcome. They're looking for that outcome, and they're not looking for other possibilities, and so that's when they can get surprised. And I think that when the greatest chance you've got of not being surprised is when you have already played devil's advocate against yourself and thought, what are the other possibilities? And then you might have a set of different outcomes, and each one have different probabilities. And then something happens and you go, yeah, well, that was one of the hypotheses that I had. So, good question. What else could be happening? I mean, look at it. It's broken that market structure. broken that market structure. Hasn't broken this one yet. And this would be like the big one, right? Because the next, there is like a little one here, but generally this is the big one, right? This is the big one. It's broken this one, it's broken this one, broken this one. I mean, this is what those of you who liked the ending diagonal hypothesis, this is what we wanted to see. This is what I talked about a couple of days ago. I said that after an ending diagonal, especially an ending diagonal, which is the fifth of the fifth, at the end of at the end of the fourth wave correction. Now, there was someone else who said that this could still be I forget who it was. It might have been Zifa. Are you here, Zifa? I don't know if Zifa's here today. But I think it was Zifa who said, well, this could be the third wave here, right? The third wave, and this is the fourth wave, and we've got one more big push up. That was her hypothesis, and that would make this the third. This is the third of the third. That would be that. I don't know if she said that was her favorite hypothesis, but she put it forward. So that's something we could maybe consider. And we go down to this lower time frame, we can have a look at it. You can't get drunk off one glass of wine, surely, right? No, I'll be fine. I'm not that bad. I'm not that lightweight. Oh, let me go back to Rumble quickly on the other screen, because if anyone's been leaving any comments, I haven't been seeing it. We've only got 5 people watching. Like yesterday, when we did on Rumble, we had we had about like 20 people on Rumble. If you are watching on Rumble, pop in. First of all of you, whether you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, hit the like button. Smash that like button. And if you are watching on Rumble, pop in the chat and say hey, and I'll read out your comment. Where's my mouse gone? There it is. Okay. Charlie says, Andy, but if always we must think about what could be wrong, then how could we be confident to enter the market? We even couldn't enter, could we? No, I disagree. Just because you're contemplating why you might be wrong doesn't mean that these contemplated hypotheses are what you think are most probable. Like you saw me do the other day. I said, okay, well, my favorite idea is that this is an ending diagonal, but I said, what else could be happening? Well, this could be a fourth wave, some sort of fourth wave correction, and we've got another push up. But then you heard me say, but I don't think that's the most likely thing to happen. Look, all this, like in the course, I talk about over and over and over. I talk about you want to become probabilists, right? Probabilists. Like probabilism is actually an ancient Greek philosophy. And probabilism essentially puts forth that actual true knowledge is impossible because of the limitations of human consciousness. We can never know something. We can never truly know something because we have our biases. And as we, like epistemologically, as we dig deeper into something, we can never actually attain true truth because we always have to rest on some unprovable axiom. And so the idea of probabilism is that we can never truly know something. What we can do is we can try our best to determine the probability of something being true. And so that is obviously a very sort of deep philosophical idea. But the whole thing about in trading of being a probabilist is really tapping into that in a deep way, in that you can never know what's going to happen in the market because the market is chaos. The market is the product of thousands, millions of people making individual decisions about whether something is overpriced or underpriced, whether to buy or sell. And there is no way you could ever know what is going to happen because you're not God. You cannot know. And anyone who has a flashy clickbait YouTube headline that says they know what's going to happen or like this is going to happen, they're either lying or they're deluded. One of the two. They're either lying or they're deluded because no one knows. The best you can do as a crypto trader, as any trader, is be a probabilist and understand that you can only the closest you can come to certainty is having a determining what you believe the probability of something happening is. And if you think the probability of something happening is like just over 50%, like you think, I think about 60% of this is going to happen, over 40% the other way, coupled with, you know, effective risk management and you know, looking for trade setups that have a reward to risk ratio of at least 3 to 1, etc., etc. All this stuff combined, this is what real trading is, right? That's how it works. So the fact that you're afraid of that, Charlie, the fact that you're afraid of considering other ideas means you're afraid. You don't want to be a probabilist. You want certainty. You're trying to find certainty in your analysis. And that is where you're going to go wrong, because you're not going to find certainty in your analysis. You might pretend to, you might trick yourself, and you'll be forever frustrated because you will never, ever find certainty in the charts. If you want certainty, get a job in a supermarket where you're just told what to do, stand here, sit here, do this. That's certainty. You know exactly what you need to do. In the markets, there is no certainty to be found in the price action, in your analysis. What the analysis does do is it allows you to determine the probability of something occurring, and the certainty you can find is in that probability. And this is why successful trading is much closer to blackjack and poker, right, than it is to maybe like the fundamental analysts, the quant analysts who make decisions based on numbers and data and all that kind of stuff, which is not my area at all, right? Like the computers, the quants can go, well, in past history when these numbers have done this, it's, you know, done this, all that kind of stuff. That's not my area. In terms of technical analysis, this is where I think people go wrong. Is technical analysis is the methodology of analyzing price action and volume, so that we can look for patterns, historic patterns that tend to result in price action doing a certain thing. You know, and then we have different sort of methods or styles of doing that with, you know, Elliott wave principle and Andrews median lines and divergences and all kinds of stuff. All of that combined, what we can do is we can be confident in probability, confident in the odds, and that's the best we can do. And so, in order for you to have to be as closely aligned with the truth of that probability, you've got to try and anticipate other possibilities other than your analysis. Right? So you think, okay, this is what I think is going to happen. Okay, how could I be wrong? Look for other alternatives. And then you might end up with a couple of alternatives and you go, well, that could be the case. And now you've got 3 alternatives. And rather than making you feel uncomfortable, which is where you're going wrong, because you think that's bad to have these alternatives, right? This is great, because now it's like, okay, which one of these do I think is the most likely to happen? This is where experience comes in, obviously. Based on my experience, based on my understanding of these patterns, which one do I think is most likely? And look, there'll be certain situations where you could, you know what, it's equal. Price could do anything right now. Well, that's not when you trade, right? There'll be some situations where you just don't know. There's 2 outcomes. One price is going to shoot up, one price is going to drop down, and you don't know which one it is. Now, there's some people that could say you could trade both sides and put stops either side. You know, there's certain situations where you could just do that, and then it just catches the direction it goes. But if other than that, if you just don't know what's going to happen, you don't trade. Don't feel frustrated. This is where people go wrong. Don't feel frustrated. Like, oh, I'm so frustrated. I don't have certainty. Okay, relax. Don't trade. Wait until you have more certainty. Certainty in the odds, not in the analysis. Sorry, another rant again. Hopefully that makes sense, Charlie. Esther says there was a problem with Rumble chat. I've been commenting in the chat, but it still says 0 chats. Oh, have I broke it? Esther says, have a great session, leaving for work. Yeah, nice one. Cheers, Esther. Did I break it? I'm going to pop in the chat. Oh, my keyboard stopped working. There it is, okay. I just posted in the chat, so at least it's working slightly. Okay. Okay, apologies for the rants, but that I think is important to know. Martin can chop that up. That's a kind of a pretty cool social media clip, I think. So Master J, what do you think? What's another hypothesis? Oh, do you remember I said that one idea could be that this is all a fourth wave correction? Now this looks impulsive because of the sharp move, and we can go deeper to have a real look at this. Yeah, I mean it looks pretty damn impulsive, doesn't it? So do you remember I said, well, maybe this is a an upward moving AB. Well, look, an ABC. And I said that if that happens, then we're going to get the third move, whether it's a C or there's a WXY. I think it would adhere to this. Do you remember this? It would adhere to this market geometry, and that is what it's done so far. So that's another hypothesis, right? That we've got this upward moving running flat correction. It's kind of cool. And I suppose that the way that we would, assuming that that's the end of the move now, but let's say this is wave 3, we've got another push down, whatever, that is also in tune with that idea. So if that is the case, if this is a wave 1 down, right, that this is true, and this is down here, this is wave 5, then this is the new, part of the impulse down, then we're going to get a corrective move back up, right? A corrective wave 2 back up. If this is a wave, if this is wave 4, then the move up is going to be impulsive, and we're going to get like a base channel kind of thing. So you're going to start to see, like an impulsive thing, and then a kind of a corrective move down here. It might respect this geometry, it might not, but we're going to get that kind of base channel kind of thing. So really, if it breaks out above here, right, because that would, if this is a wave 1, then wave 2 cannot travel past the beginning of wave 1, as we know. That's one of the rules. So if it breaks out above there, then this hypothesis is kind of looking attractive. So that's another one to look at. But we've also got our new pitchfork that we've placed. Now we don't know 100% if this is the end of the move, right? But if this is the case, if this is a wave 1, price comes back up and we get a nice corrective move. As price gets up here, this could be a really great short entry opportunity. What we'd want to see is price test this upper parallel, and we want to see price get rejected by it, and then on the second retest, that is the entry, and obviously our stop would be a little bit up. I'd do it slightly over this point of control here, because look at the risk reward. We'd be going for this median line down here, and that's like an 8-to-1 risk reward ratio. But it all depends on what the price action does. This isn't just something you just do just blindly. You would want to, like the corner, this is called a corner trade, is when we're it's part of the grand, we're expecting it, we're looking for it, we're expecting this corner, and then price get an impulse, and then the price corrects, tests the line we're looking at, which is the upper parallel, gets rejected, therefore demonstrates that this geometry is useful to us. It's like price is responding to that geometry, and then on the next test, there we go, that's what we want. Yeah, that's if that plays out. Chris says, today's bearish Fed comments, we are headed further south. Yeah, but why does that make you sad? As a trader, we should be indifferent, because you can go long or short, with futures contracts. That sad face means you're emotionally invested in the price going up rather than down. Now, you probably got some Bitcoin bags. You're an investor, but as a trader, you should be completely indifferent to the price. But we will see what happens. Now, none of this discounts one of the charts that I think it was Zifa in the network who posted this. Jif Dennis says, can you look at the last move down in the 1 minute? Yeah, sure. This is the 5 minute. Let me get rid of this. This is the 5 minute. Let's go down into the 1 minute, and I've got a 1 minute soundtrack that I use. Yeah, that's enough of that. Okay, so That's the 1 minute. Look at that, pretty messy, huh? Well, oh god, look at that. I'm not sure what's going on there. Well, it would start here, and we've got our wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3. That means we've got another push down, which is what I'd be expecting anyway. So just to do a quick wave count, the degrees, what I'm about to do isn't right, but we've got a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Oops, there we go. And this, this looks like, well, who knows, 4, and then one more 5 push. You guys see that? Again, I don't know what degree this is. And then the lower degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. And that's sub-micro. Well, I don't know what it is. I'm just playing around. So yeah, so we would expect this correction. So this could be maybe a leading diagonal correction, another one down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that looks like about a 50% retrace here. Yeah, on the nose, 50% retrace. Oops. And that means we should expect a deeper, because it's like 50% is pretty shallow for a wave 2, so we should expect a deeper wave 4. We can do a retrace on that. Wave 3, that'd be a 50%, that'd be pretty deep. Other than that, the typical one is 38.2. So yeah, we'd be expecting a sort of a deep wave 4, and then a final push up to the last wave 5. That's what I would expect for that. Jifjin says, what's going on there? Did that explain it? What? That's just my quick analysis. Scott says, when you have some Bitcoin bags but also want to trade, is it best to trade in other coins? What other coins are you trading? You've got to keep your investments completely separate from your trading. So you could have your Bitcoin bags over there completely separate, and when you're trading, you've got to forget about that, because you've got a bias. You want price to go up. You just completely, that's your long-term investments. Just forget about it. And if your analysis says Bitcoin's going down, short. Not just randomly, for the hell of it. If your analysis, good trade setup, good probability, blah blah blah. If that's saying short, forget the investment. You're not trading. You're invested in Bitcoin. Let's say if you've got Bitcoin because you believe in Bitcoin's future. You think Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million one day. That's a separate thing. You've done that for a separate reason. That's gone. That's just in your bags, in your vault. But as a trader, if you see a trading opportunity, like short term Bitcoin's going to go down, then you short that thing. Short that bitch. Right? It's separate. Yeah, you don't want to take out your investments and start trading with that investments, because then it's no longer an investment. Now you're trading, which is fine. If you want to trade that, then you're a trader. But that's a separate thing. You see what I'm trying to say? You got to keep them completely separate in your mind. You could be a long-term Bitcoin investor, but you could have shorted the entire Bitcoin bear market, or just kept shorting. There's no contradiction there, because you're shorting your short-term analysis based on your technical analysis, what you think price is going to do. But in the long run, you don't give a shit, because you've invested in Bitcoin because you believe in it. And that's your long-term bags. I hope that makes sense. What time is it? It's 20 to 10. So there's 20 minutes left. Well, I know I started late, but I don't want to go on past 10 because I just get sleepy. So I've got another 20 minutes left. I'm sorry for being late today, because some of you guys must have been hanging around. But I'm not a good chef. I don't know how long things take to cook. I'm a meat eater, which means I know how to make steak. And steak is done. But my mate was potatoes and this and add this and stuff. And I was like, oh, Jesus, the time's getting on. And it was delicious, but it meant I was rushing to get here. So my apologies. So tomorrow is the last live stream of the week. And I don't want to promise I'm not going to be late, because I know what I'm like. I don't want to break promises, but I will try my best not to be late. How about that? Scott says, yeah, that sounds good. But do you ever talk about different coins on here? Not yet. Oh no, we talked about XRP briefly yesterday, right? Because XRP had a little pop. Oh, look at it, it's come down now. God, all these XRP bag holders will be like, no. It went up it popped like by 30%. As soon as the show was finished, yeah, 30%. As soon as the show was finished, I messaged my mate. I know someone who has a shit ton of XRP and has been like, going through all this emotional ordeal. And I was like, dude, what's going on with XRP? And he had some ideas and, this is happening soon or whatever. But look at it all like come right back down. So yeah, we talked about XRP yesterday because Anastasia brought it up. But the only reason I'm talking about Bitcoin and only Bitcoin is because at the moment, because of my workload working on everything else, I'm only having a chance to look at Bitcoin. And right now, Bitcoin is the only chart that I've got entirely mapped out with the wave counts and all that kind of stuff. It's the only chart I'm really watching. But the cool thing about having you guys here is if you guys have a chart, if you want to look at Ethereum, if you want to look at like whatever, and you've got a chart, like send it. Like we've worked out that you can't post links in the chat in YouTube. I don't know if Twitch is the same. So if you want to send me a chart to look at and get on screen, just send me a DM in the network. And then, yeah, well, 100%. If you want to look at, Chili's or Polkadot or whatever, and you've got a chart, yeah, like let me see it. But I'm not like a Bitcoin maximalist on this show. It's just because that's all I've got time to analyze right now. I've only got time to look at Bitcoin, but I'm totally open to looking at everything. If you've got like a shit coin you want me to look at, the shittiest of coins, let's have a look. Master J says, will we do the founder Aslan raffle tomorrow? Because I've got to let everyone know, and is that enough notice? I don't think that'd be fair for the people who maybe it's too short notice. I think what would be cool is if we do it on Monday, because then I can email tomorrow, Friday, so I can email like a few days, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, hey, show up on Monday, we're going to do it then. I think that'd be cooler. So should we aim to do it on Monday, and then we'll get hopefully all the founders on the stream at once. That'd be fun. Raphael says everything follows B2C at this point in it anyways. Yeah, to a large degree, but not always. Like I just showed you with XRP did this thing that had nothing to do with what Bitcoin was doing. So they're not entirely 100% linked. So other than my crazy extended flat correction idea, right now looking at this, I don't know what else we could be looking at. And if you guys have any hypotheses, I would, I welcome them. Raphael says, but it came down just as fast. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with these moves. Like, who knows what caused that move? Obviously some huge spike up like that. Unless there's a real reason for it, obviously it's going to come right back down. So who knows? Doesn't surprise me that's happening. But for those of you who are fifth wave traders, this is corrective. It looks corrective. And so you could watch this and look for an opportunity to grab the fifth wave down. That's something to look at if that's something of interest. That's XRP. No, sorry, that's Bitcoin, not XRP. What we're talking about. 15 minutes left. So yeah, right now, without delving deeper, spending more time in it, I feel like with the analysis that we've got, I believe that. Oh, okay, that was it. I got diverted. So I think it was Tony. I think you're here, Tony, aren't you? I think it was Tony who sent me this idea that he was like, he's been watching some other, I think you said YouTubers, right? But other kind of analysts who are turning bullish. And what they are suggesting, because of this impulsive price action, and it's come up very, quite high now relative to what I've labelled as the end of the A wave. He said that a lot of people that have also been bearish like me, but are now starting to turn bullish, and they now think that actually we have our wave 3, and this was actually a wave 4, and this was the wave 5. So we had a W, X, and a little Y, and then a little wave 5. That's what the chart that he shared with me, that he thought, Andy, what do you think of this? Or, and I said, like, yeah, I mean, that is a possibility, obviously. Like, it wouldn't break any rules. But it would mean that this wave 5 would be very, very tiny. Very, very tiny. If we look at, I think, oh God, is that it? No. Well, the trend-based Fibonacci, I won't go up there and do it, but we've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the A. We've got an A, B, C, and we've got a 1, 2, 3, and a drawn out 4 that we are still in, apparently, according to my wave count, and a 5. And what he was suggesting, well, that 5 hasn't happened yet, right? So let's get rid of that. Tony, was it Tony? Yeah, it was Tony. Yeah, what Tony was hypothesizing, is that something to consider, is that maybe we've got our A, B, and actually the C already completed down here. So let me actually just tidy this up. So actually what he believes is that we had this. And currently our wave count has this as a, still unfolding wave 4, and the C hasn't completed yet. And so he was suggesting we've got our wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5. And obviously the way our wave count is we're looking for the end of the 4, and we're expecting another push down. And Tony was saying that some people he's following are now looking at this, right? And they're now thinking that this was a WXY. So a little Y and a little fifth down. But the problem is that when we do the trend-based extension of this move, so we go to the 0, to the 3, and then the 4, this move, it's not showing here, but in fact it would be like less than the 2, 3, 6. It'd be like an absolutely tiny wave 5. And the reason why, again, is that possible? Look, lots of things are possible. But the reason why I think that's not the most probable thing we're looking at is because look at the psychology of the price action, or the psychology that would create the price action of this. This is a WXY, and the Y, because look, a WXY would typically go W, and it's like an X coming up quite high, and then a Y we would expect to come up here, right? And to have a Y just not make it very high, but it implies that there is a strong bearish force, right? There's supply. Sorry, there's a supply just forcing, just stopping price going up, right? The sellers are coming in, the bears are coming in, and then from that that price action pattern, we would expect a massive drop, and to follow a price suppressing force that makes the WXY a very strange shape, only to then produce a very tiny wave 5, doesn't seem like the most probable thing that would happen. That's all I'm saying, right? So is that a possibility? Sure, and I could be proven wrong. But my hypothesis that we've got an A, B, and an impulsive C in a expanding flat correction, it hasn't been invalidated yet, and we were coming close, because look at this this volume area here. I've labeled as the monthly point of control, POC supply zone, and that's, if we turn on the volume profile, this is for the month of May 2022. There, these bars here, the volume bars, that's like this area of the most volume in this area, culminating in this single price level here, which is the point of control. So if price, went past here, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, I think the show's up. I think the gig's up. I think I've been wrong. I don't like to use that terminology because I'm never wrong. I'm always just responding to what I'm seeing in the price action, and then when the price action shows me something that points to another outlook, then I change the outlook. So I'm never wrong, if that makes sense. You see what I'm trying to say? But it would lead me to start to think that there might be something else going on if price, if what I thought was the C wave of an expanding correction went up beyond this area. This is where I would expect it to stop, because we've got this strong level of I would expect to be resistance, and given this structure 1, 2, 3, 4, and this big 5, this is where I would expect it to stop. So look, does this mean that we've definitely finished that move? We will see, man. We will see. Who was it who said that this is some bad news or something that's happened in the market out in the real world? And you've heard me say that my thesis on fundamentals versus technicals is that the fundamentals impacts price not in a way that overrides the technicals, unless there is some crazy black swan event, but it enhances or dampens slightly what price action is going to do, wants to do, based on the crowd psychology and the market geometry. That's my thesis. And so if this was forming an ending diagonal and it was just waiting for a push to just a push off the edge, and we had that bad news event, and that's what did it, the fundamentalists would say, look at what Bitcoin price did, it's because of this event. And people like me say, no, that's exactly what I was expecting, and the fundamental news was just the thing that just pushed it over the edge. That's my hypothesis. Am I right? I'm just a person. Who knows? Scott says, in wave counting, how do you deal with macroeconomic factors like the banking crisis, which is moving some people into Bitcoin? And today, with the Fed continuing to raise rates 0.25, I think that's why Bitcoin went down today. Oh, so I inadvertently commented on that. Does that sort of answer your questions as to how I think about it? I think I kind of inadvertently answered that question, right? Let me know if I didn't. Raphael says, I believe that your Y would have gone up and given us a normal ABC corrective move for the 4th, but I think the FTX collapse. Oh, that was interesting. Yeah, was that around the FTX collapse? That's a good point. But I think the FTX collapse was a black swan that forced the B down, and that's why we are in an extended flat. Interesting. Master J says, considering so many smart people think that the world economy is in deep shit and will drop significantly in this year, I don't believe that the crypto market is going against it with a bull run right now. That's my thinking too. That's a strong case against the next bull run having started already, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm with Master J, and it's not just because Master J has an excellent haircut. That's not the only reason. I mean, it's a demonstration of probably enhanced intellect, I think, but that's not the only reason I'm with Master J. We're like good haircut bros. Tony says, good explanation. Raphael, thumbs up. Scott says, yes, Raphael, that's what people think is the 5th and complete. You mean people think this is the 5th and complete, right? Because my hypothesis so far remains that we've got a big plunge down to come, the death spiral. But it's interesting now this has happened, because now what we want to do is we want to watch to see what happens here. That's what people think is the 5th and complete the B. Yeah, you've lost me, Raphael. Complete the B. Well, if they think that's the 5th, then it's not the B. They think it's a WXY, right? And they don't think this is a B. They think this B is a 5th. I think that's what some people were saying, that this is a 3rd, 4th, 5th, because this isn't a 5th. This is a corrective. This is corrective. So this move down here, was that FTX? Was that when FTX happened? That was like, let's move this other way. That was like first week of November, second week of November 2022. Was that the FTX thing? I think it was around that kind of time, wasn't it? Yeah, they think it's a fifth. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see, man. If that is, but like Master J says, that means that the next bull run will be coinciding with the world financial system collapsing. And I know that some people think, yeah, but people will put their money in crypto. And I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. When fear kicks in and people are like panicking and there's bank runs, are people thinking I'm going to put my money in a highly volatile, unregulated asset class where in the news I'm hearing about crashes and scams? I just don't think that's when people are going to think, do you know what I want to do? I want to take risk. I want to take risk with my money. I don't know. I mean, look, if banks are collapsing, I don't know what do people do if they're, I think people just want cash. I don't know. I haven't lived through something like this before, All right, what time is it? Okay, it's nearly 10 o'clock. Let's wrap up. So again, apologize for being late today. And that means this is going to be a shorter live stream. But no, it was cool. I think we had a lot to talk about. The AI conversation was fun. I say conversation, it's me ranting on my own. But yeah, it's something that I'm very, very interested in. And I got to kind of blow you guys' minds with something that blew my mind today with this crazy AI technology. And you're going to be seeing it. I'm going to be using this to build a video course version of what we've got like text for, and for probably some social media content, all kinds of cool stuff. And yeah, we got some wicked live price action in Bitcoin that we got to comment on. So it was a cool one. And give me an emoji that tells me what you think Bitcoin's going to do in the next 6 months. And then we'll wrap up for the day. You're welcome, Karen. You're welcome, Shirley. And everyone else from Rumble who isn't talking in the chat, you're also welcome. All good. Anyway, I hope you guys are all well. I hope you guys are still learning, still looking at charts. I hope you guys, if you're not confident with your trading yet, I hope you're paper trading. I hope you're building up a spreadsheet of paper trades, right? Simulated trades. This is something that you can be doing all day, every day, depending on your style, whether it's scalping, day trading, swing trading, whatever it is. This is an invaluable thing that you should all be doing if you're not confident with your trading yet. The only thing holding you back is yourself. The other side of all of this is pretty much everything you've ever dreamed of in terms of your financial ambitions. Like true financial abundance can be yours, right? Just takes the commitment, just takes the dedication, just takes putting one foot in front of the other and doing what you need to be doing, right? But I appreciate you guys all showing up. I appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. If I was here on my own, live streaming to myself, it wouldn't be as fun. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Master J. Raphael thinks we're going to 12 and 10K. That's still my hypothesis. We'll see. We'll see if I end up being correct. Cheers, Luke. Cheers, Tony. Cheers, Shirley. Cheers, Marcus. Thank you, Karen. Cheers, Geese. Nice one. All right, guys. Let me prepare my buttons. Let me just play a random sound. Oh, wrong button. What haven't I played yet? I've played that one. Oh. I've got some right nerdy stuff. That's not nerdy. What's nerdy? That's not nerdy. I've got some nerdy things. That's from PewDiePie. Remember that? Okay, little test. Where is this from? Wait, where is... There it is. Okay. Yeah, so, okay, where's this from? Who's got it? What's that from? Who's going to be the first to get it? If you know, you know. Oh, you can't. Marcus says you can't hear it. Really? You can't hear that? Fuck, what have I done wrong? Have I broke it? You can't hear it? Okay, I'm going to fix it. 1 second. Here we go. Oh, that should work. No, that should work. Huh. Oh, Masters, I can hear it, but I've never heard that sound before. It's too low. Too low. That's weird. It's just low. Okay, how about this? Is that better? Yeah, can you hear that? It's from something. Well, first of all, can you hear it? You can hear it. Okay, if you don't get it, guys, you suck. As soon as I tell you where it's from, I'm sure you guys will be like, oh, of course, I know that show. No idea, Marcus? I'll play it one more time. No one? Literally no one. Okay, I'm going to give the answer in 5 seconds. Rick and Morty. That's the evil Morty tune. You guys have seen Rick and Morty, surely. Come on. You're disappointing me now. Evil Morty is a character in Rick and Morty, and at the end of, I think, one of the first episodes where he appears, or one episode where he appears, and he sort of like, you realise, oh my god, it's Evil Morty. Come on, you guys have seen Rick and Morty. If you haven't seen Rick and Morty, shame on you. Who's seen Rick and Morty? Come on. Someone better say yes. Chris says Rick and Morty rocks. So Chris, okay, I'm beating this thing to death. It's not important at all. Cool. Okay, that's it. There's no point in that. I was just gonna wrap it up. All right, cool. Cheers, guys. Much appreciated. Hello, Rennie. Raj Kumar says, I have some episodes. Man, it's one of these things where as soon as a new series comes out, like, I'm not really the kind of person to be super addicted to certain things. I did massively love Game of Thrones up until about season 5. Breaking Bad was incredible. And I'm sure there's other shows that I would love, but I have no time. Like Shaman says I should watch Westworld. He absolutely loves Westworld. I can't commit the time. My calendar is full. There's nothing, so I'll look forward to that at some point in the future. But when a new series of Rick and Morty comes out, that I'm like, right, I just set an entire evening just to watch back-to-back Rick and Morty. Absolutely love it. All right, that's it for today. I will be back tomorrow at I will aim to be on time at 7 p.m. DMT. Not DMT. I'm not going to be doing DMT live on stream. That wouldn't be wise. 7 p.m. GMT. So I will see you guys then, and I won't be late this time, I promise. Nice one, guys. See you later.